Hello, my name's Annette Pateman, and I'm the writer in residence at the Thunder Bay Public Library for 2021. Today I'm going to share with you some work I've been doing and writing about nature and the environment. Like many of us, I didn't go too far from home, didn't go overseas or anything like that, but explored the region around where I am, which is in Ontario, Northwestern Ontario. And we have some very beautiful countryside here, the boreal forest, and lots of rocks and trees and lakes. And I spent quite a lot of time exploring that this summer. And here is a little bit of the writing that I've done around that. I'm going to start by playing you a little bit of music just to set the scene from my rag drum. I'm going to start by reading you a poem called Where the Mer People Walk. And this is a work of pure fiction and contains elements of folklore and fairy tale, which I enjoy. And the Mer people, of course, are mermaids and the Mer people. Where the Mer people walk. This is the place which has land underfoot, where the mermen and the mer women walk, with swish and swoosh of tail. Wild rice creates the fields that they grow. Look through the water of the lake, and you will see the stones that form their roads. This is the place where the Mer people walk. Look, see the stones of their roads. Look through the water and see the stones. Where the Mer people walk. Okay, going to read you another poem called Lady of the Autumn Woods. And before I do that, I'm going to play you something from my kalimba. The Lady of the Autumn Woods. There is a woman who lives in the woods. She lives alone. The birds and the insects and the animals of the forest are her neighbors and her companions. Patu, the night owl, is her familiar. Her magical work is to paint the leaves red and gold, brown and orange in the autumn. The Lady of the Autumn Woods likes to announce her presence and her season by taking her magic paintbrush and dusting the leaves with pink and yellow and gold. By day, she rests on the sandy beaches of the lake. Dusk and early morning are her times. The lady of the autumn woods knows the names of the moss-covered rocks. These are her many thrones. The roots are her stairways. These are her tree sculptures. This is a poem I wrote after going on a boardwalk, and then the walk led to a trail in the forest and the woods. And this is just a short poem I wrote about that. I traverse a boardwalk, rock-laid trail, looking out at the lily pads. This place, part land, part water, seated on the bench with 6 angles. Messages and initials scratched into the wooden railings. A buzzing insect flies by, close to the ear. A bird makes insistent call, mysterious. And then there is silence. I wrote this poem after coming across a very wonderful island that you could get to if you walked across a bridge. And we're very fortunate to have many islands and many lakes here in Northwestern Ontario and in Canada in general. But here in Northwestern Ontario and in our province of Ontario. And I decided to write a poem just describing the experience of getting across to that lake, because many of the lakes you can't get across and you just watch and look at them, and they're very, very beautiful. And it's lovely to imagine what it would be like to go across, and would there be lots of nature and birds. And many of these islands are bird sanctuaries and animal sanctuaries, which of course we need. And so it's just wonderful just to be able to look at them. But this one you could walk across to. Okay. Going to play you a little bit of ocarina. Island Bridge. There is a bridge that will take you to the island, if you can find it. Over the hill and under dale, you will traverse, past fallen log and tree, past a sign that is hidden by me, till you come to the bridge that leads to my island, where I have set my guardians, who will let you pass, as is my will. There you will find me. at last. Now that poem is a work of the imagination, and I imagine a magical being to live on that island, and for it to be her place, and it's her island, and that is why I say you will find me, and in that way it is actually you will find her. I hope you enjoyed the poems and the pictures that went with them. I have a few more poems to read to you. They are from my books that I have written. The book in this case is called Lover Lines. It's available on Amazon. I've also written, I've contributed to many anthologies, but I've also written 2 other books. One is called Anansi and the Turtle. It's a children's picture book based on the folkloric character Anansi the spider. And this is really my first self-published book of poetry. It's called Spectrum. I have brought out a 2nd edition of this book. All these books are available as e-books, e-Kindle books on Amazon, which means they just cost a few bucks or a few pounds or wherever you might be. But to start with, I'm going to read you just 2 more poems that I have in a section in this book. This book has poetry and some short stories, flash fiction, very short stories. So if you like that sort of thing, and it's written from a perspective of love and relationships, love of the land. That there's a section here on the environment, and I'm reading from 2 poems from that section. Okay, before I start, actually, I will play you some more rav drum. Loon song. The loon is a beautiful bird, a black and white bird that's found commonly here in Canada. Loon song. The loon sits high in the tree, singing, "Lonely me, my mate, come and find me." Loon sits high in the tree, singing, "Maybe it's my time, mate, come and find me." Loon sits high in the tree, there beside him sits his family, singing, "Loon song, come hear my loon song, soon I will be gone." This poem's called The Land. The land was old and wily. Spirits roamed over the deeps of the face. Some were benevolent, a soothing, patient touch, remembering kind hands and soft voices that kneaded the loams of their hearts, planted and pulled out weeds. The angry spirits, their maws open in a not silent scream, gave clods of dry earth from which nothing planted came. Their dutty broke backs and shovels. Their soils dust became. This land now willed to those who don't understand it, who poke and prod and take from it while giving nothing back. The angry spirit, more open, able to lay in wait for centuries, with basilic stone eye, half closed. If you take and take, then I will seal your fate. And unto me like dust you shall return. I will await my turn. The Dutty is an African word for earth, and I use that word in the second verse of this poem, where I say the Dutty, or the earth, broke their backs and shovels, and their soils dust became. Okay, so if you like that poem, then you are very welcome to go on to Amazon and some other outlets and pick up the book Lover Lines. If you put my name in, Annette Pateman, my books will come up, and you can get that on as an ebook for $2 or $3. Okay. I very much hope that you enjoy the presentation. I've certainly enjoyed sharing my work with you. It's a privilege to be able to do that. And I should just play a little bit of the kalimba to end this presentation and say thank you. Thank you.